Good morning, Transit, and welcome to Transit Online. My name is Danelle, and I am so pumped that you have tuned in this morning for Transit. Guys, last week was a blast, man. I'm still full from Thanksgiving. Like, I ate a lot. But hey, I want to hear from you. I want to hear how your Thanksgiving was. Like, what was your favorite part? What was your favorite meal from Thanksgiving? Let me know. Put it in the chat. If you guys remember from last week, I told you guys what my favorite dessert is of all times. That's pumpkin pie. And guys, I gotta say, I did not have any pumpkin pie this past Thanksgiving. I had zero, like no pumpkin pie at all. And I'm a little sad. I am. But my wife made an amazing apple pie. Like, I mean, it was so good. So guys, I gotta hear from you. Which one do you like better? Do you like pumpkin pie or do you like apple pie? I gotta know who's on my side. But guys, I need to go to Walmart and get myself a pumpkin pie. See, I've had so much apple pie, it comes out so clearly now. But hey, if this is your first time tuning in to Transit Online, hey, I want to let you know that Transit exists to help students discover faith of their own. It's also a place where you can come and have a ton of fun and invite your friends. So right now, what I want you guys to do is, I want you guys to subscribe. I want you guys to like this video, and I want you guys to share it with a friend. Don't be selfish now. We don't want to hold all the fun and all the goodness here in Transit to ourselves. We want to make sure that every single middle school student out there can hear the love of Jesus and come and have a ton of fun, just like you and I are having right now. So make sure you share it with your friends in this moment. But hey guys, we are in part 1, 2, is it 3? It's 3. Sorry, guys. There's just so many parts here. We're in part 3 of In Charge, and today my boy Caleb is bringing the message, which I'm super pumped about because he is so good. You might even see him try to do some type of trick with his skateboard. He's not the greatest skateboarder, but you guys are going to take a look, which is super fun. And we're also, of course, we're going to play a game. So one thing I've noticed here in Canada, I don't know if I've been in Canada all my life, but one thing I've noticed is we play a lot. There's a lot of holidays here in Canada. So we're gonna play a game today for North America, if it's a holiday or not a day. It's gonna be a fun one. I'm excited. This is October edition. Ooh, I wonder how many real holidays there are in October. Like, I know Thanksgiving, and that's it. So let's take a look. I'm excited. Let's see our first one. This is International Skeptics Day. Is this a holiday or not a day? Ooh, International Skeptic Day. So I guess it's just a day for skeptics. Okay, I don't know if this is real, guys. Like, this is, okay, International Skeptics is so weird. I'm gonna say not a day, because what do you do just sit around being like, yeah, that's not real. Yep, nope. Peanut butter isn't made of real peanuts. Like what do you do? I don't know. Well, let's take a look. Is it a holiday or not a day? It is a holiday. This was actually like, come on, like, this was last week, October 13th. Wow. Okay. Wow. Man, I missed that holiday, that's for sure. Okay, next one, Squirrel Awareness Month. See, I think this is right. I hope this is right, because the amount of times, I'm gonna get emotional, guys. The amount of times I see squirrels on the side of the road, it is like, oh, we gotta be aware of this, guys. People need to drive more carefully. Tell your parents, we need to be aware of squirrels. But also, squirrels can be a little devious sometimes. Like, I had a friend where squirrels got into her house. Ooh, it was crazy. Like, that squirrel went everywhere. Was like on top of the curtains in her living room. Was like tearing up her couch. Like, whoo, squirrels are dangerous too. But Squirrel Awareness Month, I think for sure it's a real thing. I hope it's a real thing. Let's take a look. Oh, it's there. It is a holiday. All of October is Squirrel Awareness Month. Well, hey guys, we're aware. Squirrels, we need to protect them. Funny story, if you're first time here in Transit, I gotta let you know that I have funny stories all the time. It's just my thing, okay? But funny story, when I was little, my grandma would always give us like little peanuts that you should get from the grocery store to like put out for a squirrel in our community. And that squirrel just come to our house every single day for peanuts. We end up calling him George. And George, he sometimes bring friends, but he was all there every single day. Around like noontime, he'd come to our house for peanuts. So, hey George, if you're around, what's up, man? We miss you. All right, next. Okay, zombie apocalypse prevention week. Who made this game? You know, like that's my question. Who made this game? Because I don't know. Zombie, See, some of my friends will say yes, Danelle, this is, like, they're ready for a zombie apocalypse. But I don't know, guys. I'm gonna say it's not a day. That's what I'm gonna put it out there, not a day. Let's take a look. Am I right? Oh, I was right! Woo-hoo! Yes! Oh, man. But guys, zombies. Are you ready? Zombies came? Just gonna put it out there. I know I'm not. I'm not ready. Not at all. I am like, my basement is not ready for a zombie apocalypse by no means. Yeah. On to next. National Candy Corn Day. Sorry guys, I just had to barf there for a second because candy corn is absolutely disgusting. I mean, it is by far one of the worst candies out there. And if you disagree, come on, convince me in the chat. Let me know in the chat why you think candy corn is either the best, or if you agree with me, let me know why you also think it's the worst. But I hope this is not a thing. I hope candy cane doesn't have a national day. Oh, man. Do you know what? It probably did have a national day because people probably ate it and had to barf, had to take a day off of work. So yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But I want to say it's not a day. I want to say it's not a day. Let's see. Am I right? Is it not a day? It is a holiday. It is October 30th, the day before Halloween. Ooh. Why? That's so sad. Man. Well, let's do two more because you know what? I have to get over this. Let's do two more questions. Okay. Eat a ghost pepper day. Ooh. This would be, I feel like the milk company probably made this day up. You know, they probably did. They're probably like, you know what? How can we get people to drink more milk? Oh, create a day where they have to eat ghost peppers and they have to eat milk, drink milk afterwards to like let all the heat go away. So I think this is a day. Goes out to all the dairy fams out there. Dairy company, and they create it. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but let's take a look. It's not a day. It's kind of good though, because you know, ghost peppers, y'all don't need a full day to be celebrated. You guys can be celebrated year round. Okay, let's do another one. Last one. This one is National Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work Day. Oh, this is so sweet. I don't have a teddy bear, but oh man. One time when I was still like dating my wife, my wife now, I went to Walmart and I got a massive teddy bear for only $20. And I was the best guy ever. So if you guys want a big teddy bear, go to Walmart. But for a National Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work Day, I don't know, would you bring your teddy bear to school? Would you bring your teddy bear to work? Production, they're saying yes. They're saying yes for sure. So I'm gonna say yes, it is a holiday. Let's take a look. Final question. Hey, it is a holiday, it's October 14th. Ooh, we just missed it, guys. We just missed it. We could have brought all of our teddy bears to work / school next year. Next year, we know it's in the books. We're gonna bring our teddy bears to work. Whew. Hey guys, well, that was a fun game. Thanks so much for playing with me. And now you guys know all my rants about holidays and about teddy bears and hot peppers and zombies. Oh man, well, as I said before, a transit place where you can come and have fun, but also a place where you can come and grow your faith. And today we are going into our final message of In Charge. We're talking about what it looks like for people in authority and for people who have power. And last week we talked about Saul, we talked about David, we talked about how their interaction, what that looked like, and how, David really had courage not to go after David. Sorry, David had courage not to go after Saul, and he did something so minor, just like cutting a piece of his clothes and be like, hey, I could have done a lot worse, but I'm not gonna do wrong with wrong. So I'm excited to hear the story for today and hear about what it looks like to respect people and honor them, honor those who are in authority, even if they're abusing authority or not. Before we do that, I'm just gonna pray. Father God, I thank you so much for this time we have here for Transit Online. God, I thank you for every single person who's watching this message. God, I thank you so much just for, how much you love us, God, how much you care for us, how much you've been keeping us safe. So God, I pray that as we're about to hear this message, that you open up our ears and our minds to be able to hear from you, God. Allow whatever you have to teach us and to say to us today, God, allow it to really hit our hearts. God, thanks so much once again for loving us. We love you. In your name pray. Amen.
Get in the frame, execute. Oh, and that is an ollie. Ow. Family, I'm Caleb and I'm crazy. And it's great to see you all, even though I see like 3 of everyone right now and my knee is on fire. Do you know what authority is? Authority simply means that someone has the power or right to be in charge of someone or something. And when you have authority, I gotta catch my breath. When you have authority, it means you have the ability to make decisions or set rules or use your power to influence someone else. Now, we all have lots of authority figures in our lives. People who are in charge, like our parents, our guardians, teachers, like roll call. Teachers don't say that. Our coaches, What, y'all don't keep a whistle on you? It's okay. Older siblings. We also have people who are in charge of us in a more indirect way, like mayors. That's more of a judge, but mayors, governors, or even the president. Maybe you even have some authority in an area of your life right now, or maybe you just wish you did. Let me tell you about a time I had some authority in my life. I'm an 8th grader going into 9th grade. I'm kind of a big deal. And at my church, we had a dance team because first Friday of every month, we did this thing called Kids Jam, and we jammed. Anyway, part of that was worship and dancing. So we had dance teams, and I was one of the dance captains because, duh. So, 8th grade to 9th grade, I made a dance captain, and wow, let me tell you, that authority went straight to my head. We had our first meeting at the end of the summer, beginning of the fall, and we met at somebody's house, and I had learned the dances, and we had A, B, C team. I took my team to the side, and we were like, yo, I don't know if you guys are ready, but we're about to be the best dance crew, in the area, not just the church, the area, okay? So here we go, 5, 6, 7. That wasn't the dance, but it pretty much was. And wow, I had all the power in the world. Zero dance skill, but all the power in the world. And this may not seem like a big deal to you, but to me, being in charge of something, or really anything, was huge. And I think in some ways, that's probably true for all of us. You might not think you have much authority right now. It just feels like the adults in your life are in charge of everything. What time you get up, what you're allowed to watch, when you have to be home at night, what homework you have to do, what sports you're allowed to play. Feels like you have very little authority over any part of your life sometimes, doesn't it? Well, let me let you in on a secret. You actually have more authority than you realize. You, right now, as you are in charge of one thing that's actually really important. Yourself. Have you ever chosen what clothes to wear to school? And do you choose who you sit next to on the bus? What about what you say? Who gets to comment on your friend's Instagram posts? Those things I just listed may seem small, but they're examples of the authority you have over yourself. And chances are, you have other kinds of authority as well. Maybe you're actually in charge of some pretty important things in your world. Are you the team captain on your basketball team? Or first chair in your band orchestra? Or the oldest sibling in your family? Lucky, I'm a middle child. We don't have to get into it. And those opportunities will only grow as you get older. As you grow up, you get more and more chances to be in charge. And eventually, you'll get to decide what classes you take or who you want to date. I know you know who I'm talking about. Or if you want to go to college, or how you'll spend your money, or where you're going to live. And then maybe you'll become a boss, or a parent, or a politician, and find yourself in charge of other people in very real ways. Here's why this is important. You have authority over yourself right now. You may even have authority over others. And you're definitely going to have the chance to be in charge as you grow up. And because of that, it's important that we all use the authority that we do have in the best possible way. We want to be sure that when we're in charge, we're using the authority we have in good, healthy ways. I think every single one of us can probably think of some examples of bad authority figures we've experienced in the past. Maybe it was a teacher, or a coach, or an older sibling, or even a parent who used their authority to mistreat or be unfair, use, or even hurt the people they were in charge of. If you've been on the receiving end of someone using their authority this way, then you know how hurtful it can be. None of us want to be a leader like that. If we're gonna be in charge, we want to use the authority we're given for good. We want to be the kind of leaders who we want to have. So, the question is, how do we do that? Well, today, we're gonna learn from the greatest leader there ever was, Jesus, my guy. When he was here on earth, Jesus was a master of using the authority that he had to lead and care for people with love. In fact, I think it was the combination of authority and love that made so many people want to follow him. Now, while Jesus was on earth, my boy was different. His authority was different. Jesus changed everything about the way people understood authority back then. And even if people didn't like it, they couldn't deny that there was something about Jesus that made him the kind of leader people wanted in charge. And one group of people who really didn't like Jesus, they were some haters, or the authority that Jesus had, were the Jewish Pharisees. These guys were religious leaders, and they were considered the best of the best when it came to knowing the scriptures and keeping the Jewish law. These guys had huge authority and influence over the Jewish people, but they were known for using that authority to make themselves seem better, smarter, and more important than everyone else. When Jesus came along, he created all kinds of problems for the Pharisees. They were afraid he was gonna take away their power by getting people to follow him instead. So they tried everything they could to make Jesus look bad, to convince people that he wasn't really a leader worth following after all. A lot of the time, they did this by asking Jesus questions designed to throw him off. They wanted to prove he didn't really know what he was talking about when it came to following God. Here's how it went down. One of them, an expert in religious law, tried to trap him with this question. Teacher, which is the most important commandment in the law of Moses? Jesus replied, you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is equally important. Love your neighbor as yourself. The entire law and all the demands of the prophets are based on these two commandments. Jesus' answer not only shows us what's most important to him, it also shows us what kind of authority he is. It shows us what kind of authority we can be too. While he was here on earth, Jesus led with love. He led people by loving them. When they were hurting, he helped them. When they were sick, that's checking pulse, not like that's sick. When they were sick, He healed them. When they were left out, he included them. When they messed up, he forgave them. And Jesus did all of that because he knew love was the most important thing. Love is what made his authority different than the kind the Pharisees had. It's what makes him an authority we want to follow still today. And it gives us an example of how we can use the authority we have, big or small, in the right way. Knowing Jesus changes everything about the way we use our authority. He teaches us to lead with love. If we want to make sure we're using the authority we have over ourselves and others for good, we have to make love the most important thing we do when we're in charge. We can lead with love when we use our authority to make decisions that are good for us and for others. We can lead with love when we use kind or encouraging words to those around us. We can lead with love when we speak up for what's right and fair. We can lead with love when we include those who aren't always included. And the good news is, Jesus doesn't leave us to do this on our own. He gives us everything we need to actually do this. And I know this because Paul wrote it in a letter to his friend Timothy. Here's what he wrote. God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. See, God created us with all the things we already need to be in charge. God gave us power and love and self-discipline, which is another word for self-control. We don't have to be worried or afraid that we don't have what it takes. We don't have to wonder if we're using our authority for good. Instead, we can lean on what God has given us to be the kind of authority that makes a difference. We can lead with love. So, what does this actually look like? How can we lead with love for God, for ourselves, and for other people? Well, first, we can learn more about who God is and what God's heart is like. That will help us see how to lead with love like God does. Plus, one of the amazing things about having a relationship with God is that God walks through everything with us. God's very spirit lives inside of us, so God can help us lead with love in our lives. I mean, kind of an expert at this whole love thing. Sometimes we're gonna face situations where we don't know what to do, but God promises to lead, guide, and help us. God will show us how to do that as we go through life. Then we can lead ourselves with love. Caleb, what exactly does that mean? Well, I'm glad you asked. Remember, we said we all have some authority over ourselves, right? We're all in charge of something in our lives. So we can lead ourselves with love by making choices that are good for us. Making good, healthy decisions for ourselves, like getting good sleep. I need to work on that. Protecting what we allow into our minds or thinking thoughts that line up with what Jesus said are all ways to love ourselves well. That's using our authority to love ourselves. And finally, we can lead others with love. We can use our authority to lead with love by paying attention to the way we treat other people. This could simply be honoring your parents when they ask you to do a chore. Yes, I'm talking to you. Responding to your siblings with kindness, even when they're annoying. It could be encouraging your teammates rather than putting them down. It could mean being patient with the kid you're doing a group project with rather than getting frustrated with them, or being the first to invite a new kid to sit with you. All of those things are simple ways that you can start leading others with love. What we do with our authority, guys, it really matters. And if you can understand this now, I can only imagine how much better you'll be at being in charge as you get older. I'd love for you to continue this conversation in your groups. Somebody like your group leader is a great example of a person who leads with love, and they're here to help you figure out what this can look like in your life now and as you get older. Remember, when you are in charge, lead with love. Hope you have a lovely afternoon or evening, whatever time it is in your part of the world. And I'll see you next time! Next time! Bye!
Wow, what an amazing message. Caleb did an amazing job. And guys, this entire series, In Charge, has been so good. Learning about those who are in authority in the Bible, those who use authority. Amazing was really, really good at it for the best example, Jesus, and those who really didn't use their authority well, like Saul. And I'm excited for you guys to be at home and to go back to school and think about, hey, those who are in authority figures, those who have power, are they abusing their power? Are they doing really well with their power? And how can we respond to them? How can we help them by responding to them? I know you guys already know the answer to that. It's, of course, respecting them either way, honoring who they are, because at the end of the day, they are also still human beings. They're also still growing and learning just like you and I. But guys, Transit's not over yet. If you have tuned in before, if this is your first time here, we love to do a challenge to end off our time together. So today's challenge is, what is Walt Disney's biggest fear? What is his biggest fear? So Walt Disney's the guy who created, Disney. He's the guy. So what is his biggest fear? Let me know in the chat or send me a DM on Instagram at Connexus Transit on Instagram. But the answer is, are you ready? Drum roll, please. Mice! Yes, Walt Disney is scared of mice. And the funny thing is, because he created Mickey Mouse. What? Who would have known? Oh man. Well, hey guys, it has been a blast hanging out with you here in Transit Online. Hope you guys had a great time. Can't wait to see you next week once again for Transit at 10:30 here online at Connexus Youth. Make sure you are here. It's gonna be a fun time. I'm pretty sure we're doing a mega awesome costume party online. It's gonna be a good one. Can't wait to see you guys next Sunday. Peace out.